I'm here with your SmackDown review, and I gotta say, I'm pleasantly surprised. It was actually a pretty good show. Uh, Raw was a major disappointment with only a good Brock Lesnar segment, not much else. SmackDown, though, this week proved to be a pretty respectable show. Uh, anyway, to start off the show, we got Sheamus starting the fans up with the yes chant. Him saying yes doesn't make a lot of sense. I guess he's mocking Daniel Bryan, but it's only taking the crowd and putting them behind Daniel Bryan, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyway, we find out that we're not going to get the match that was advertised on Raw, which was Sheamus and Orton versus Daniel Bryan and Kane. We're actually just getting a one-on-one bout, but the match ends quickly with Alberto Del Rio interfering and further injuring Sheamus's shoulder, and he was selling the shoulder injury pretty well, the one that was inflicted on him in Extreme Rules. Anyway, I don't understand this. Why the fuck they started this match, and then we find out later on in the show that Sheamus is ready to compete and wants to fight. Also, this whole thing of Sheamus saying "I love to fight," it's almost a rip-off of Finlay. When he was in WWE, he used to say the same thing. In fact, it was at the beginning of his theme song when he would come to the ring. Anyway, we're getting that match later on. So why the fuck did they ruin the match only to have it later on? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Horrible booking decision. But at least we're getting a rematch. R-Truth Kofi versus Unico and Camacho. Now this was actually a pretty decent tag match. I give it 2 stars. Epico and Primo come out with Abraham Washington, yes, their manager. So now we got 3 tag teams, 3 viable tag teams. This is Camacho's first match on WWE television, and you know, he wasn't really the star of the match, but Unico and him worked pretty well together, so we still got a good tag team. Unico's got a lot of talent, and I don't know how I feel about this being the team's first televised match, them losing, but they look pretty strong. Anyway, we're definitely going to get more Primo and Epico. They're going to feud with R-Truth and Kofi. Maybe now we'll get a decent match out of them. They're definitely going head-to-head over the limit. Let me make that prediction right now. Anyway, next up is Brodus Clay and Jack Swagger. You know, this is PG, but it should be actually G-rated. This is fucking Disney baby bullshit. I'm dancing in the fucking ring. He gets no crowd reaction at all. We find out now that the girls that he dances with are called the Funkadactyls, and we got the Funketeers, and you know what? It's not Funkasaurus, it's Funkasnorus, because it puts me to fucking sleep. It's Funkafail. It's a piece of goddamn shit. I'm not liking this gimmick. It's Rikishi, Ernest Miller gone wrong. I don't like it. Anyway, Jack Swagger is just getting his ass kicked in this matchup, and he doesn't give a fuck about it because he shouldn't even care anymore. WWE doesn't even appreciate him. So he walks out of the fucking ring, gets himself canned out, end match. This is not helping anybody. This feud is horrible. They did it because Brodus Clay faced Dolph Ziggler at Extreme Rules, so now his tag team partner's going head to head with him. No, this feud is just completely fucking pointless. Don't like Brodus Clay. It's a waste of Swagger's talents. Next match on the card is Damian Sandow, and he's going against Derek Bateman. Yeah, Derek Bateman from NXT. Do you remember who Derek Bateman is? Of course not, because NXT doesn't even air in the U.S. You got to check that shit out on the internet. Who does it? Nobody does. Nobody watches it. It gets like 300 views on YouTube, NXT. Nobody watches the fucking show. So anyway, this is Derek Bateman's SmackDown match because he won an opportunity on NXT that nobody knows about. So anyway, so he's going head-to-head with Brodus Clay tonight. Isn't that just wonderful? But Damian Sandow says that he doesn't want to perform tonight. So he walks the fuck out, and Ryback comes out. Derek Bateman doesn't even know Teddy Long's not even on the show anymore because he demands an opponent, and he gets Ryback. Ryback tears through him. I don't know the direction they're going with Ryback. You know, at least this time it was a WWE superstar. That's technically what Bateman is. I hear the roster cuts are coming up, and Bateman should be first in fucking line because that guy's just a fucking jobber. Anyway, next up we got Big Show Orton versus Rhodes and Kane. Oh, so this is what they do with Orton and Kane. They just switched it around and inserted Big Show and Rhodes into the mix instead of Daniel and Sheamus. Whatever. Anyway, this matchup came out pretty decent, I have to say. Really Rhodes and Orton doing most of the work in here, and you gotta believe that this is gonna be a feud eventually. We saw a couple of matches for them on SmackDown. They were okay, nothing astonishing at all. These feuds are tiresome. They didn't really provide a lot of quality wrestling and Extreme Rules. They should just end it already. But this was a pretty good effort. 2 1/4 stars for this one. I really enjoyed it. To a point. Getting sick of the guys involved constantly wrestling each other. They got to change it up because the feuds are not working. So change that. Anyway, Layla and Natalya. Natalya loses in 2 minutes. I don't even think the title was on the line. If it was, who gives a shit? The title should just be tossed into a fucking trash can. The division is pretty much destroyed at this point. Layla comes back, wins the title from the Bella Twins, who are leaving anyway. They've already left the WWE. They're gone. They've been released. And she won that at the pay-per-view. And no one even popped for her when she came out because they don't remember her because she's been gone for about a year. Anyway, she defeats Natalya. Natalya, her farting gimmick is gone. Now she just has nothing left. Roster cuts are coming up. Poor Natalya, who's really talented, might be on the chopping block. So, pray for Natalya. Anyway, next up is a very, very fucking gay segment. Claudio Castagnoli, Antonio Cesaro is posing for a photography shoot, and Teddy Long is ordered by Eve to rub him down with baby oil. This is fucking X-rated, fucking disgusting. Why the fuck would you do this? This is PG. I don't even care if it was TV 14 or MA 14 or whatever the fuck rating there is on TV. You don't show this. This is just fucking perverted, nasty shit. I don't like seeing this on my fucking wrestling. It's supposed to be manly. You got a fucking peanut head rubbing down another dude on TV. Disgusting. Anyway, next up, Daniel Bryan and Sheamus in a nice fucking matchup that was 3 1/4 stars. You gotta believe it. Not as good as their Extreme Rules match, but hey, it's a TV match. And by today's standards, that's pretty fucking good. These guys, they got chemistry together. Sheamus selling the shoulder injury. Daniel Bryan working over that fucking shoulder, pounding on it. Fucking brutal. He's an animal, Daniel Bryan, and you gotta believe he's the best fucking wrestler WWE's got right now. He's definitely the best in the world. Not CM Punk. Daniel Bryan is the best in the world. And if you look at his matchups, if you look at the matches he's been having recently, this guy he's been making quality. Every time you insert him into something, his quality, he brings it up, turns it up a notch, like no one else. Very impressive. Anyway, we're gonna get a feud between Alberto Del Rio and Sheamus. I'm not looking forward to it, but Daniel Bryan and CM Punk are sure to have their feud getting all set up on Raw, so I'm looking forward to that. Very, very strong main event. So surprising to see a quality wrestling match on free TV nowadays. Anyway, I'll catch you for the Raw review. Check that match out, by the way, because it really is astounding.